Through the years, we've heard, and I've watched several stories and done stories on what you call horse whisperers. But in our next piece, you're going to meet a fella doesn't really whisper to the horse at all, and he's taken one of the a really tough horse to deal with, and he said he just, well, I want you to see in the story what he says to the horse.
For neat treats
how about a kiss?
And tricks. It's the best of both worlds. A taste of the Western in food and reality. Steak and potatoes, and a horse in the round.
This horse was one time uncontrollable. In fact, she was so bad I even give her away, and the guy that I gave her to brought her back. He didn't even want her. So this is the first horse we used on our gentle methods. Since then, we've used many horses, but this is the first one. I knew if we could train this horse, there wasn't a horse out there we couldn't train.
She's Belle Starr, and he's Don Glover, the centers of attraction at Cafe Round Pen. But apart from his cooking, he's a man with good horse sense.
Did you say your prayers last night?
A trainer and teacher who talks talk to horses.
A lot of people come in and said, oh, you're a horse whisperer. Hogwash. I don't whisper these horses. I talk loud and clear. Good girl. Good girl. What I mean by that is we use our body to talk to the horses like they use their body. Do you feel good today? We never beat or hurt a horse in any kind of way. It's what we try to do is use love and reward instead of pain and fear. I very seldom use spurs when I ride because I don't really need them. Spurs is like an emergency brake on a car. They okay if they used correctly. But I don't really think you need them. I think it's what you need to do is get in the horse's head, not jig him in the side.
He didn't want anything to do with her. And then he decided he would work with her, and it changed her life. And his too. It did. It did. Now she's the most wonderful. He's ashamed of himself because he didn't want to work with her.
All right. Get on both knees and show these folks how you... We've trained literally hundreds of horses, and we've never failed on one yet. Because we feel like if a horse has got sense enough to eat if he's hungry, he can be trained. If he's got a mind, we can train him.
It's a restaurant and showcase and a school for other trainers. The trail boss, a man who thinks like a horse.
Get him on there every day. Horse training is 80% attitude. You know, it's not you against the horse or him against you. It's you and the horse. It's against everybody else, and you become partners.
And they give you some things on the horse's personalities, you know? Like the horse's ears are excellent indicators of his mood. A lot of things that you just wouldn't know, the average person, if you didn't know horses. So to sit here and eat and be able to learn about horses is pretty neat.
From the tack room to bathroom, it's a legendary motif.
If it's going to be a man's room, it might as well be a man in here all the time, so that's the reason John Wayne's in here.
From the wild western range to the gentle and tame.
Good.
Look, goodness gracious. This is Belle Starr. Do you know Belle Starr?
She's the star. Just met her.
She is the star. Well, along with Don, but she's really the star.
From the pen to the tables, it's the open range at home. Steak and potatoes and a horse in the round.
They're just like we are. Some of them learn faster, and some of them is like me. It takes a little longer, but they all get there, every one of them.
At the Round Pen in Mansfield,
We're buddies now.
Louis Redden reporting.